Welcome to Mystical Messages. I am Hilary Harley, your podcast host. I am a soul guide and astrologer. Mystical Messages is your podcast gateway to discover and learn about the realm beyond the veil, including all things intuitive, metaphysical, and the healing arts. To learn more about my work or to book a session with me, please visit hilaryharley.com. If you would like to read my monthly forecast, you may find the full written transcript for all astrology episodes on my website. That way, if you hear something and want to re-listen to a forecast or check a date of a cosmic event, you may find it on the written monthly forecast on hilaryharley.com. Today, I am so delighted to bring you my overview for 2025. I will be breaking down the cosmic coordinates and events, the planetary waves for the year ahead in this yet another groundbreaking year that is heading our way. And the word unprecedented is so overused these days. It is, however, accurate. It's an accurate word to describe how 2025 is to unfold. I get a lot of questions from clients and people in general that know that I'm an astrologer. They're like, what is going on right now? Well, I turn to my guides, mentors, teachers, groups for answers. And the quickest, most succinct way to explain these monumental shifts that we're having and experiencing and living through right now is that mankind is in the midst of the most pivotal growth spurt in history. We are evolving from Homo sapien to Homo luminous, meaning we are shifting to a heart and soul-centered way of living, where the mind is the servant. The mind is becoming the instrument and tool of the heart and soul rather than the other way around. So this is a huge deconstructive and deconstructing period that we're living through as we make these shifts. This is the most significant jump in human development since man evolved from Neanderthal to Cro-Magnon. What began notably in 2020 with the COVID pandemic continues to play out. If we learned anything from that time, hopefully we learn not to take anything personally and to look for silver linings, of which there were and continue to be so many. Likewise, the most helpful approach to 2025 is curiosity and wonder, a mindset that is open and willing, rather than fearful or its counterpart, victimization, victimhood. And 2025 asks us to be intrepid, gentle, and compassionate. With these watchwords in mind, let's take a look at what is in store for the ever unprecedented year ahead. From the outset, the year demands or invites change. With powerful Pluto opposing motivating Mars, we are pushed out of our comfort zones, yet even more. The old ways continue to not work. our methods, how we approach problem solving, they're not working anymore. Pluto joins the moon in avant-garde Aquarius from day one. Now in Aquarius through 2043, Pluto prompts our invention, innovation, and non-mainstream strategies and approaches to life. It's really important to remember that there is no rush, especially because all three interior planets, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, will be retrograde back to back now through mid-April. So from the beginning of January all the way through mid-April 2025, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, one right after the other, are retrograde. And this gives us ample time to feel into how we can reinvent ourselves and rise to the demands posed by 2025. Take advantage of these slow motion planets, because by the end of April, shock and awe will be greeting us at nearly every turn. What makes 2025 so cosmically unusual is the planetary changing of the guard en masse. Fully 5 outer planets change sign within 8 months' time. This is very rare indeed. Why? Planets beyond Mars move very, very slowly, especially the outer 3. From November 2024 through July 2025, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto change sign and shift energetically. These move from earth and water signs to fire and air elements, turning from practical, grounded, and intuitive earth and water signs to creative, innovative, idea-oriented, and communicative fire and air signs. You will feel these shifts. Our lived experience at the beginning of 2025 will be incredibly different than by the end of this year. So it is really important to sink into the opportunity of the interior planetary slow going afforded us during the first few months of 2025. January opens with motivating Mars retrograde. Mars is the gas pedal of the zodiac, the kick in the pants that gets us out of bed in the morning. Retrograde, Mars turns our energy inward, focusing on self-nurturing, home, family, and ancestral patterning as it cycles through Cancer the Crab from January 4th through April 17th. Deep in midwinter now, it is a convenient time for this passage. Make no mistake, our energy feels sluggish through the end of February. Watch for lack of motivation and general inertia. Key themes with Mars retrograde in Cancer are food, family, self-care, diet and digestion, house, residence, home improvement projects, ancestors, hospice and life endings, and maternal figures in your life, moms, sisters, aunts, and grandmothers. Psychological conditioning and programming, biological inheritance, nation, and country. That's a lot. So hold yourself close. Draw yourself inward. Love yourself up and those who are family or who feel like family. Take care. By Thursday, January 30th, game changer Uranus turns direct motion. You may feel a marked gear thrust forward. In Taurus, Uranus awakens our values, self-worth, skills and talents, relationship to money, and resources. Notice where this is active for you. February is a remarkably quiet month, cosmically speaking, so I strongly recommend taking advantage of the calm before March madness descends. In February, generous Jupiter turns direct motion on Tuesday, February 4th. Jupiter is the titan of abundance, learning, and expansion. In Gemini, communication flows more easily. Information you are seeking or sharing is readily available. By Monday, February 24th, motivating Mars finally turns direct motion. Notice how your energy picks up steam. Where you may have felt lethargic, Mars now lights a fire under us, actively urging us to tend to our self-care, family, home, elders, and how we cook and feed ourselves. Enjoy the last week of February when all the interior planets are briefly direct motion to book travel plans, sign major contracts and documents, or purchase large ticket items. Because drumroll, we now enter March. March 2025 is a very busy cosmic month. Sunday, March 2nd, valuable Venus turns retrograde in Aries. We barely catch our breath between the end of February and, yet another interior planet goes retrograde, this time Venus. So with Venus retrograde in general, regardless of what sign it's in, you want to watch for temptation on all fronts. In Aries, which has impulse control issues to begin with, you really want to watch putting on the brakes, taking a breath, hitting the pause button, walking around the block, because temptation abounds. Tempting love affairs heading nowhere, or impulse buying things, luxury items especially, that you do not need. You also want to watch for all variety of relationships from the past resurfacing, old friends, relatives, romantic partners. And this is a 6-week stretch, 40 days and 40 nights. And it overlaps with Lent this year, which is, I find, there are no accidents and no coincidences. So the fact that there is this season of temptation overlapping virtually identically with the dates of Lent, it's like Jesus is wandering in the desert where he was tempted by Satan. This is really being hammered home this year. So it is not a great time to initiate any new relationships or launch new business ventures. Watch your pocketbook. In the midst of this stretch, Friday, March 14th, we have the first eclipse of 2025, a total lunar eclipse in Virgo. Health, wellness, service, work, habits, practices, and routines move front and center now, and we are asked to surrender what we cannot control. The very next day, Saturday, March 15th, the Ides of March, Messenger Mercury turns retrograde also in Aries until Monday, April 7th. The great news is that we do get both Mercury and Venus retrogrades out of the way at the same time because they're overlapping. These planetary retrogrades simultaneously happening. So watch for communication snafus, heated arguments, and misunderstandings, overpromising things that you cannot commit to or deliver in good faith. You want to avoid signing major contracts or key documents, or hold off on booking travel plans or buying phones, tablets, laptops, when possible. I mean, if you have to, if your laptop or your cell phone breaks, your washing machine breaks, your refrigerator breaks, obviously you want to replace those as quickly as possible. Get the warranty. But if you can put off major purchases until mid-April, that's really helpful. Life kicks into overdrive with the second eclipse on Saturday, March 29th, a partial solar eclipse in Aries. Look where you are incited or invited into action. Standing up for yourself, defending the vulnerable, or trying anything that is new to you, be it methods, exercise, travel, food, ways of thinking, and more, will be on the table right now. Underscoring the urge to explore the untried and new to us is soulful Neptune's shift into pioneering Aries on Monday, March 31st. Neptune is the planet of soul, dreams, and the subconscious. Ephemeral Neptune is not especially comfortable psyching through very physical and fiery Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. Its key phrase is I am. Aries rules the head, identity, self, war, conflict, and battle. Known for its physicality, leadership, athleticism, initiative, impulse, lack of follow-through, action, doing and not being, up for willing to try anything, personality type. This is a really interesting combination because you get Neptune, which is what you cannot see, feel, or touch. It's music. It's film. You can see it, but you cannot touch it. It rules imagery and image. And in Aries, which is the warrior, the pioneer, the executive, the great initiator, we're going to see some really fascinating combinations of results and outcomes, energetic waves. The best possible combination of Neptune in Aries is pioneering solutions that benefit all of mankind, that unify. Neptune is about unifying and unity. If you think of a concert in a huge stadium, that is Neptune at work. It's everybody singing the same lyric all together. So you have this Neptune unifying, soulful quality conjoined with Aries, which is the warrior. So ideally, you'll get these solutions that will unify or benefit all of mankind. The downside could be things like religious zealotry, any kind of religious extremism. So by the end of May, this gains even more steam because taskmaster Saturn will join Neptune in Aries, and you will surely feel the fire under your fanny and your feet when these two come together. The duo, Neptune and Saturn, inspires and commands our soul craving something brand new, what we've never done before. The question for you is, what will this be? So take these slow moving months of January through March to really think about the direction you want your life to head. Because by the end of May, we're really cooking with gas, so to speak. Monday, June 9th, generous Jupiter moves into nurturing Cancer the crab for the next full year. And Jupiter is considered exalted in this very maternal sign of Cancer. Jupiter is like an honored guest in a home or a palace when it cycles through Cancer. So Jupiter offers endless silver linings to obstacles and challenges that we may be enduring and facing. Look for the helpers, as Mr. Rogers said, because with Jupiter in Cancer, earth angels abound if you only look for the helpers and ask for assistance. Just after the 4th of July holiday, change agent Uranus moves into communicative Gemini, aligning to Pluto in Aquarius. Watch for smoother connections and smoother communication, proliferating ideas and exchanges of thoughts and strategies, trends, technology developments, and surprising solutions to stubborn, long-term scientific, business, or artistic problems. It is really important to remember that the planets impel us. They do not compel, meaning you will feel their influence, yet you always have free will and choice as to how you respond to planetary stimulus. Joy and light are my personal words for 2025 and offer a way for me to rise up and greet what crosses my threshold. What are your words for the year ahead? That brings me to the end of this episode of Mystical Messages. To learn more about my work or to book a session with me, please visit hilaryharley.com. And I just want to remind everybody of our ongoing 3 Wise Women. It is an online metaphysical community. We are off and running. We've been going for almost a year now. So please consider joining us. It's only $10 a month. We meet every first Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. Eastern via Zoom. And you can enroll through my website, hilaryharley.com, or one of my co-collaborators, KathyRipleyGreen.com. All the information is on either her website or mine. You can look for it also on my Instagram and Facebook pages. We do have a Facebook and Instagram 3 Wise Women page as well. But we offer a community conversation to feel safe among like-minded seekers to ask your wildest woo questions, and we really learn from each other. Veronica Drake, who is a psychic intuitive, and Kathy Ripley Green, who is a medium. We are all long-standing practitioners, healing arts practitioners. We have about 40 years, 50 years between the 3 of us of practicing. So feel free to join us. Try it out, $10 a session, and see the benefits of learning in community together. Again, if you would like to read my monthly forecast to check dates of planetary events or cycles, you may find the full written transcript for all astrology episodes on my website. Thank you so much for listening today. Please join me again in 2 weeks when I will bring you my astrology forecast for February 2025. I wish you many blessings as you journey forward.